Hi, my name is Deborah Hathaway, and today I'm going to show you some of the easy fixes in your Ally Accessibility Report. So the first thing I'm going to do is share with you my main screen for my course accessibility score. And as you can see here, I have a main score at the top. This is all of the content in this course. And I also want to point out that this is an archive course. This is an older course of mine that I'm going to be working with. You may see this label on some of your older courses. That means that this particular course is not within scope for the new requirements for digital accessibility compliance. But from spring onward, your courses are. So this is an older course that I'm using just to demo, but the courses you would be working on would be your active Canvas courses. So I'm going to actually start with this content that's easiest to fix because that is, a great thing. We want an easy win. So I'm going to click start and I'm going to see I have 8 issues that are easiest to fix in this list. And so I'm going to show you 3 of them. So the first one I'm going to go to at the top is a looks like it is a screenshot of our library homepage. But when I go up here, I see it's at 24% and I see all issues, meaning that there's more than one issue that I need to tackle with this image. So this image is missing a description and it also has contrast issues. However, if I fix the description, I'm going to increase the score to 99%. So that's a pretty significant change. I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to auto-generate a description to make it easier on myself to see if I can come up with something that works. Image shows the search bar navigation menu of a university library website with options for advanced search, search help, known issues, and a feedback section. All right, so I'm going to change this a little bit because it's not just any university library website, right? We want to make sure that it is UW, UW, Waffle, campus, library page. Um, with options for, okay, I think the rest of that will probably work. So I'm going to go ahead and click add. But again, this you want to aim for this to be about 15 words up to 250 characters. And you really want this to help with the context of your course. So what is it that a student needs to learn from this image that would help them understand what they need to do with it or why it's being highlighted? What's the context? So I think this works for the context for right now. So I'm going to go ahead and click that, but you can always edit this or just start from scratch. And that's increased it up to 99%. So I will take that. It also has contrast issues, meaning that this probably light gray against the white and here as well is not ideal. So if I had a better image to use, I would probably want to update that. But given that this is 99%, this feels like a good, this feels like a great fix for this particular image. I'm going to close out of that. And then I'm going to go to this 104 card. And this is for my course that's just kind of like a fun image to help within the course, like for aesthetics that, remind students what the course is, but it doesn't really serve any purpose in terms of the context. So I'm going to indicate that this image is decorative. And that brings it up to 100%. But again, you only want to use that if that is something that you are purely using for decorative purposes, aesthetic purposes, and doesn't really affect the content that the student should be receiving in the course. The last one I want to show you for this video is final project assignment. So this one also has more than one issue, so I can click on all issues to see. It is missing headers and it is missing tables that are missing headers. So this is one because it's a doc. I want to put this back into Microsoft Word, into the accessibility checker in Microsoft Word and add headers to this, right? So this should be a header at the top along with this and this. So I need to be able to add that structure to this document. I also have a great video to show you how to add headers to a table. So I'm going to include that in the little description for this video as well. So I hope this is helpful just going through some easy fixes. You may have a different list of issues, but hopefully some of them can give you some great easy wins. Thanks.